everybody. Hi. You see me looking over here, but I should be looking this way. But do you know why I'm looking this way? Because if you notice, there were two names on the title for the first ever EMP video podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Gutierrez, and with me, usually, is Johanny Oriana, but he is sick. But I thought, you know what, guys? We have the technology. This is 2019. I mean, Tupac is a hologram now. Why can't we have a Johanny-gram, so to speak? So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to welcome the one and only Johanny, everybody. How's it going, buddy? Hey, go ahead and say hi to everyone. Go ahead. There you go. Now, go ahead and leave. Yeah, get out. Yes, right now. Go ahead. Yes. Okay, bye. There you go. Welcome. But to replace him is a man who is very familiar to winning. A man who's very familiar to championships. A man who's very familiar with winning with integrity. Mr. Manny Gallegos, everybody.
Thank you.
No problem. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me. You can scoot in a little bit more.
Thank you for having me here.
Towards me. We'll scoot in together. We'll get in. What do you think? What do you like? How do you like it so far?
I like it.
Excellent.
Can't
as you
complain.
can tell, I did a little backdrop for us. EMP. I did a few cool things, and we still have the traditional soundboards. I just don't have everything, but you can hear a little zoinks sometimes.
Okay.
But we're getting there. But how was your?
Sorry, Daniel. Before we start, what camera are we working with?
You're
Is
working
this
with
one over here?
This
Over here?
camera one. It's actually
That one?
Yeah, that one right there.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Don't get too scared.
Okay. Got it.
Know what to do with your hands. You got to know what to do with your hands.
I feel like I don't know. What do I do?
Scoot in a little bit more, sir. Scoot in a little bit more. I'll scoot out a little bit. All right. So, first off, how was your weekend?
It was too short.
That's so.
How was your weekend?
It was actually nice. I was able to watch The Mandalorian. I was able to catch up on a lot of shows. I'm really happy.
Really?
Yes.
So you're all caught up with Mandalorian.
The last episode, I fell asleep, so I gotta still watch that one.
Okay.
But I'm also watching one called The Dragon Prince. If you haven't seen Dragon Prince, it's awesome. There's a few other things that I'm watching, including. Have you seen the one with Paul Rudd on Netflix?
No, I have not.
Living with Yourself. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. I'm a huge fan, so I hope he wins a Golden Globe. That's why I started watching it, because he was nominated.
Interesting. I did finish The Irishman. It was pretty good.
That was 4 hours long.
Yeah, it was. I did it in 3 parts.
Oh my God. You should have done it in 3 parts. It should have been a miniseries.
Yeah, it was.
But it was good.
It was very good.
I'm shocked that-
Definitely a slow burn.
Yeah, I'm shocked that Robert De Niro didn't actually get nominated, which shocks me. But anyways, we are not here for that.
Football.
We are here for fantasy football. This is the EMP Fantasy Podcast. You can follow me at dgutierrez84. You can follow Manny on nothing.
Nothing. I'm not on social media. Nothing.
He's a ghost. He's the one guy that Steve Jobs doesn't have any info on, unless by proxy.
Wikipedia.
That's how you get all your information. Well, let's get into it. You were out week 1. I want to get your reaction very quickly on how it felt to be out the first week of playoffs.
I think the way I felt on that Monday evening could be described as pure, unfiltered rage.
I could see that.
Extreme anger.
I could definitely see that.
Last thing, I actually had a Johanny moment, blackout moment that I don't remember. I just remember watching the game, and then I saw Alshon Jeffrey getting carted off the field. And that's all I remember. I blacked out after that.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty key to your whole league there, to the continuing of your win. But it's okay. This will prove if honesty or dishonesty wins championships, in my opinion. How do you feel?
It definitely feels that way, Daniel. I definitely have to agree with that statement. I think that over the weekend, Juan did a good job of laying out the facts.
Yes, he did.
And I believe that and I feel that truly, it is a good versus evil battle that will be
Yes.
happening this week.
So let's talk about there's 2 battles, and there's actually 3, because do not forget there is a third place prize. There is a third place
Is there still?
still, according to what Johanni has told me. He said there is third place still available due to the new money situation. So,
Oh, okay. So they get their dues paid?
so yeah, we'll be talking about that. It is, I do believe that third place is, it goes to German and Juan, and then there's also, obviously Johanni and Matador. So Los Mineros and Matadors are number 1. They're going after number 1 and number 2. Los Bukis and Foot Clan going after third place for that third place prize. And then the Diva contention. The unfortunate Red Robins.
The Diva.
And Broncos Empire.
How does that feel, buddy? 2
It
years
sucks.
in a row.
No, it really does suck. Not in a row, but it really does suck.
Or 2
it's
times
awful.
in
2 times
in 3
within
years.
3 years. 3 years. But I've learned a lot. I'm really excited for next year, to be honest. I learned a whole lot.
Like,
We'll
like
kind of
during the punishment, you learned a lot, like how to take it.
not exactly, but although I'm pretty good at that. But we'll check it. I'll see. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into the first tale of the tape, guys. First up, we have Los Mineros versus Matadors. All right. This is a matchup that we kind of saw coming. It was something that was really
Well, I mean, I'll disagree with that statement, but I mean, yes, we did see Johanni possibly making it to the. I thought I was a favorite to make it to that championship as well, but
well. There you go. Well, first off, their current records are Mineros 10-2, Matadors 9-3. Both teams competed for the Diva in 2018. Can you believe that? And now they're in Diva contention.
I can believe that, Daniel. I actually see
sorry,
that.
championship contention.
Yeah, thanks for that clarification. I do believe that that's going to be a trend that we'll probably see, going into the future, where the diva or one of the divas will be, contending for the championship on the very next year. I see that to be a trend.
There's a possibility that I can see how that can go in. Both teams finished with a record of 3-10 in 2018 last year.
Hot garbage.
Los Mineros. Oops. Already. Boom. Already with my mistakes, but it's
just
okay.
kidding.
It's just for us. Anyways, Los Mineros has controversially gone from Diva Champ to contender. To big-time contender. That's definitely a huge controversy. But
tanking.
Matadors has proven himself to be a master of trading.
Oh, for sure. I think he's only behind Juan in trade rapery, for sure.
he's only behind Juan.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Juan is Yoda to Matador's Obi-Wan.
Okay, fair enough. So that's just something to keep in mind for this upcoming matchup. Let's go into the Diva Bowl. Red Robins versus Broncos Empire. I'm saddened to be here. I very much am saddened to be here, but I am here and I can't, there's not much I can do. Much like last year, both teams have a current record of 3-10. It seems to be that's how you get into the Diva.
Yeah.
By only winning 3 games.
You lose a lot of games.
Yeah, very much so. Their records, again, are reminiscent of Diva Bowl 2, which, okay, this is according to Johanni, Diva Bowl 2. I guess she's counting only from when we had the punishments started.
Okay, the last...
which were the last
pitcher, or what do we
2,
call it?
yeah. So I was the first fallen pitcher.
Yeah.
Johanni's second, and then it goes to whoever gets it for this year, which I really hope it's not me. A fact, both team owners were high during the draft. This could prove to be a big reasoning. And both team owners were probably high during several trade negotiations. I have no facts on that, but it's just instinct. Do you have a good instinct on that as well?
Actually, I think science has proved. There was a study that was conducted by EMP officials that in fact can prove that is the case. That 2 of the owners were high in fact during those trades. That's the only sane, logical way that you could explain some of those trades.
Yeah. So
weed.
So
don't do drugs, people.
Basically, the good thing is,
or if you do,
we've all learned.
Don't
and
trade.
You know what? The league and baseball for sure. I don't know if NFL got into baseball, let go of the marijuana, but there's still things that you can't do, and something I'm really confused on that. But Marijuana is no longer on the list for baseball at the very least, and I'm thinking it's going to be the same for NFL.
I applaud that.
I really think it's a great idea. It's
Mm.
phenomenal. I'm happy. That means I can play baseball, guys. Fact. That's all
One
you
one
need.
day, possible.
That's all you need. Basically. All right, guys. So,
Just want to quickly point out that,
Mhm.
yeah, you did, this past season, you did have a golden chance. I do want to remind people that you had quite a few extra draft picks in those early rounds.
not this year.
Was that not this year?
Not this year. Last year.
So
I
this
did.
was a straight draft for
This
you?
was a straight draft for me. I had 0 extra draft picks.
So
and-
disappointing.
And this thing, the trend that you're pointing out, I don't see happening next year because both Broncos Empire and myself don't have enough draft picks to to take advantage of that. So
But I don't believe that it's the two, I'm gonna say, lower teams that have that issue. I think it's some of the other teams, again the rapists, that will take advantage of those booties.
well, it's not going to happen next year. Basically, in terms of that Diva becoming a championship due to draft picks, it'll be definitely off of will and
Good
It's
point.
gonna test
That is
me.
true.
it's going to test me. But let's go ahead and go straight into taking a look at Sleeper. All right, so this is Los Minutos. So we have Matadors right off the bat. Carson Wentz, Jameis Winston. Who wins this battle? It looks like Jameis Winston is up against. It looks like Carson Wentz is up against Dallas, and Jameis Winston is up against Houston. How are you feeling about that matchup? Who do you think comes out on top between those two?
I think I'm gonna go with Winston there. They're both mediocre at times, and Winston's can be hot garbage at times, but he never seems to fail to get those garbage time points. He's like really good at that.
Yeah. Coming down to the second part, we have to the first running back, or RB1s, Leonard Fournette, Derrick Henry. How are you feeling about these two guys?
This is an interesting comparison because under normal circumstances, if Henry was not going against New Orleans, I would go with Henry. But I think Fournette has the upper hand here because, New Orleans can be pretty dominant at times.
Yeah,
It
I'm
just
about to click
depends.
something because I don't know what his record was, or what he's been doing since Gardner Minshew's been coming in, but he hasn't been doing too well since Gardner Minshew's been coming back. So,
Henry's been on a tear. If you see his last like 5 games,
Henry's been crazy.
he has been scoring points.
Take a look. Except for the last game, he was only able. I
Right.
think he was injured.
Possible,
So
or was
for
it game script?
everyone to see. I hope it wasn't game script. But for Matadors to win, I better not be game script. But they are up against New Orleans. The defense is tough. But moving on to the next one, Chris Carson, Miles Sanders. Now Miles Sanders has been doing really, really well, but Chris Carson is up against Arizona. I see nothing but Carson doing extremely well that whole time.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you.
So far we got Winston, Fournette, and Carson. So both starting running backs go to Mineros, but the quarterback goes to.
Yeah, but again, the Derrick Henry, the Fournette matchup, I could see that going to Henry. Just because other than last week, if you see the last 4 or 5 games before that, it was 20 points plus every week.
For my diva contention, I really, really hope that's the case. I really, really hope that's the case. We'll see. You'll see why in a second.
Okay.
We have Perryman, who nobody knew up until a couple weeks ago, up against Houston. He's now in contention with Tampa Bay. Just went off last week. Went off. Look at all these zeros. Look at all these nothings, and then bam. That's the power of Jameis Winston.
Well, I think it's because during that same time, Mike Evans went out.
Yes. So I mean, he'll do good, but will he do great?
I'm gonna steal a line from Yohani and say, not sustainable.
Oh, I hope so. Well, let's cross fingers. But then we got Fuller against Tampa Bay. Do you think Fuller can have a monster? He's had monster games these past season, but as of late, he hasn't been doing too well.
No.
1 point last week. 1. Nope, sorry, not even that.
11.
11 points. Oh, thank goodness. Over 10. So, yeah, 11 points last week. I see an 11-point game. I see an 11-point game.
It's Tampa Bay. That could be a shootout. We've seen matches with Tampa Bay when they go really high scores.
This is true.
So
This is true.
I think that's a toss-up right there.
Up next, Julio Jones against Devontae Parker. This Jones went off on my Niners. I was not happy. I was very sad. How did you feel about my Niners loss?
I enjoyed it thoroughly, but actually didn't watch it. I only found out like the next day.
Yeah, he went off. It was gross, and it was just really, really bad. But if they could continue that upswing, if Matt Ryan and Julio Jones can connect, I see Ohani winning big time here.
Yeah, but they're going up against Jacksonville. You know, they can be pretty tough defense at times.
But as of late, they haven't been the defense that was happening during the early days of Gardner.
Who's Jacksonville's number one corner?
Number
You
one
know?
corner?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because if I think they have a good one. You know, I didn't come prepared. I apologize. This was like a last minute thing.
This was a last minute.
You know, if that number one corner is, on Julio, he could have a somewhat mediocre game. I could see him scoring maybe 10 points. Possibly.
And this is kind of something that I want to point out really quickly because one of the things that I do want to get into in the off season is information that we should be on the lookout for. Or one of those bits of information is who's the corner, who's on the line, who are the defensive coordinators or the offensive coordinators. How do you get this information, so on and so forth? Because it's necessary for you and your lineup. But let's get back into the matchup here. We have James Cook. Is it James? I always have to.
Jared.
I don't know why. I was like, wait a second, this isn't making sense. Jared Cook and Hunter Henry. Jared Cook has been doing good as of late. He's up against Tennessee, but Hunter Henry is up against Oakland.
Yeah.
Now, I keep on wanting to say Oakland is bad. And yes,
They suck.
Oakland is bad. But so are the Chargers.
The Chargers
And don't
do in
forget,
fact
Hunter
suck.
Henry is also on the Chargers.
How has he been doing though? Let's go take a quick look at his.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll take a look at it. Last few games, not
Oh,
that great in the past since he came back from the bye.
well, if you believe in the law of average, then he'll have a good game this week.
That's every other. That's not even the law of averages. The law of averages means he gets 7 points maybe.
It's
Aaron Jones
better than one.
in the flex against OBJ. It's Aaron Jones against Minnesota. OBJ. Who are they playing right now? Is that Baltimore?
Aaron Jones has just been
He's
on
been
a
going
tear,
off.
man. He's like a boom or good. I don't think he's had too many bust games.
Well, I don't normally like to. I guess I'm gonna have to favor Aaron Jones for that one. Odell Beckham Jr. He just hasn't proven himself to be the person.
Yeah, he
that we
hasn't.
expect him.
He definitely has not lived up to his draft capital.
Not at all. Not at all. Kickers are kickers, but I do want to point out that the Baltimore Ravens are up against Cleveland Browns, and Los Mineros does have the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
How are we feeling about that as a possibility to push him over and take him into the championship?
Baltimore versus Cleveland. I don't know.
It looks like they're at Cleveland. They play a little bit better in Cleveland.
I think the Chiefs is a better pick. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this one, just because.
They're up against Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Trubisky's been garbage.
Okay.
And
No, not as of late, but we'll check it out. All right. So that was your look at the new championship contention, at the game coming up for this Sunday's matchup. I think it's probably going to be done by Monday, though. We'll double check. Let's go ahead and just take a quick peek into the Diva Bowl, the Diva matchup.
I will say this though: if Yohani wins this week, I win $30.
You do.
Yeah, I get $10.
You
from
do.
A couple people.
I know I'm in there for 5 or 10. I forget.
$10.
Definitely do. 5 or 10. I forget.
$10.
All right, going into the Diva Bowl. Tannehill, Brady. Brady hasn't been that great. Tannehill has been on fire, but he is up against New Orleans. I am scared. I unfortunately can't see, but who's Brady up against this week?
Buffalo.
It looks like it's going to be kind of even matchup in terms of quarterback. I'm hoping that Buffalo steps it up hard, and I'm hoping that New Orleans, for whatever reason, just doesn't do too well.
Well, they're playing in New England, so, but Buffalo is a good defense. But anytime you got to rely on Tannehill, you're not in a good situation.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. I was looking to see who else I could get, and I don't know if I want to change it up because Tannehill has been doing great.
Well, I'll give you that matchup. I think Tannehill in this week is the better pick.
Oh, we'll check it out. No, up against Devin Singletary. I don't even know this dude's first name. Bo Scarborough. I mean, I'm hoping Singletary can pull it off against New England.
I think he's gonna get his points.
He's gonna get his points.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
expecting
it's a safe floor for
a
sure.
boom.
Yeah, it's gonna be a safe floor.
But let's hope that he gets me past the diva. Jalen Richard. I'm not looking forward to that, but he is up against the Chargers. I'm expecting at least 5 points. I was trying to find someone else, but I couldn't find anybody else to replace him. Adrian Peterson has been doing really, really well. I think between these two matchups, I think Adrian Peterson's going to definitely take it for that one.
He's an RB1 now.
He is.
So I got to give that one to Campos.
Yeah, for sure. Sterling Shepard against Terry McLaurin has been pretty bonkers as of late, if you can take a look. With the exception of Carolina, for whatever reason, he should have had a great game. But he's been doing pretty good.
Yeah, the Giants is a good matchup.
Yeah, and the Giants are a really good matchup for him.
I think that's another one for Campos there.
But listen, Washington's a good matchup for Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, but who's throwing the rock?
Doesn't matter. Both wide receivers have been doing great, and I have them both playing. So,
because I would hope Eli is not throwing that ball at Shepard if you want more points.
Oh well, why?
How did he do last week?
He did really well, Sterling Shepard. He did like 20 points.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He did pretty good. That's why I put him in. I had what's his name? Darius Slayton to play. There he is. I had him playing, but I just last week. But again, it was a game that it didn't really matter for me. But I wanted to keep on paying attention.
Yeah.
But Scary Terry
Which
is scary.
Something I did not do.
Yeah. We have Tyler Boyd, Cole Beasley. Boyd is up against Miami. Beasley, who is he up against?
New England. At New England, so
hoping
I think Boyd gets
this win.
Gets this one.
Hollister against Noah Fant. Fant has been doing rather well, but Hollister hasn't been doing too bad in the past few weeks. But
yeah,
most tight ends.
Yeah, it's been a crapshoot.
LaShawn McCoy. Let me show you his score from last week because I don't think it was very good.
Oh,
1.6.
1.6.
I'm gonna take the Darius Slayton side of the ball, so I have both of the Giants, and I'm hoping they go off. If the Giants go off, both Darius Slayton and Sterling Shepard will take it. I do got Drew Lock. Sorry, I just saw that I got Drew Lock in the waiver wire. So there we go. Dan Bailey, you do your thing, sir. I'm not relying on you, but you do your thing. I have the Colts defense. He has the Seahawks defense. Seahawks defense hasn't been too great as of late, but
it's against Arizona.
Are they against Arizona this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I gotta give the defense to.
Oof, yeah, I'll give him the defense.
To
Okay.
Campos.
Who would you go, Drew Lock or Ryan Tannehill? Drew Lock is going up against Detroit, and look at his numbers as of late.
No, I think
17, 30, but the last one was 4.
I think Tannehill's safer pick this week for sure.
Okay. I think I may go. I pulled him just in case, but I think I may stick with what you just said unless I hear otherwise. Anybody on Campos' bench who you would put in, or anybody on my bench who you would put in? Possibly Curtis Samuel instead of Darius Slayton.
Campos' bench has a lot of zeros, so I'm gonna say no.
DJ Chark, I wish he was still out. Oh, is he back in?
He's questionable.
He's questionable. I will change DJ Chark with Darius Slayton should he come back, I guess. That may work out.
That could be ice. I mean, I don't know how many points Jacksonville can put up, but it's worth the shot.
Worth a shot. All right, guys. Do you want to take a look at the third matchup? Just to kind of take a look, just kind of quick overview. Let's just do it real quick.
Well,
here we go.
Who really cares? But
nobody really cares. But we'll check it out. Watson Murray, just real quick, fire it off.
Third place.
Yeah, Watson or Murray. Real fast. No.
Watson.
Cook or Gurley?
Cook.
If he's good, Cook.
Yeah, he's probable.
Lindsey Montgomery. Lindsey.
Oh.
Lindsey's against Detroit.
All right. I'm gonna go Montgomery.
Okay. Hill or Hopkins?
Ooh.
I think that's a Hill.
I'm gonna go Hopkins because it's against Tampa Bay.
All right. Landry, Anderson. Jarvis Landry all day long.
All right, Landry.
Kittle, Howard. Howard against Houston. Kittle is against the Rams.
Kittle.
He's a beast. He's gross.
Not even close.
I can't deny him that. Woods, Diggs.
Man, I think I would go Woods, but they're playing San Francisco. He did me dirty, man. When German beat me, he got him like 25 points.
Now,
But
Diggs has done me dirty. He's either boom or bust, and it's like when he's bust, it's bad.
I think that's a toss-up. Diggs has been inconsistent.
Fair enough. Giants D or Niners D? Niners D.
Niners D.
Gotta go with Niners D.
Niners D
I
suck.
think it does have Foot Clan slated to be the third place champion there. I have a feeling that may come to fruition. Because Murray's up against Seattle. That's going to really hinder his points, in my opinion. And yeah.
Yeah, I think Quan's gonna pull it out this week.
All right. Well, Manny, thank you so much for joining me. Did you have a good time, sir?
Yes.
Excellent. So this is kind of what we're going for. This is kind of what I'm going to do. I want to do something better. Unfortunately, Sleeper didn't give me didn't allow me to do what I wanted to do. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want to do, and let me know what you guys want to see. We have stats. I doubt that when we go into the regular season, we're going to go game by game by game by game like we just did right now. Or maybe we will.
It takes a lot of time to set this up.
It does take a lot of time to set this up. Do you know how long it took me to bring Yohani in here digitally?
7 hours.
9.
Wow.
9 hours.
Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I appreciate all your hard work.
Well, thank you guys. Well,
quick shout out to JC, our commissioner.
Yes, quick shout out to JC, and thank you guys so much for joining me this whole season. There was a drop off as soon as the playoffs hit, I will say. Did you listen to every podcast since the playoffs?
I actually was thinking that the reason I lost and got cursed
was because
I'm not making this up. I listened to every episode except the first week of the playoffs where I just got busy.
Okay.
And I meant to, and I never got to it, and I lost.
See?
So I'm just putting it out there. If you don't listen to his podcast, it could cost you the playoffs.
Guys. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for everything. It's going to be a good championship week, and we will see you. You don't have to do it with your hands. We will see you next year. But again, be on the lookout. Over the off season, I will be doing some videos just to kind of go over the trades, go over everything else. If you guys want to be in it, sit right here next to me. We'll have a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much, and peace.